looks like I'm living rent-free in your heads again, huh? I mean, if you're gonna spend your days obsessing over me, you might as well start calling me something respectable. Maybe Daddy Shizzy, or better yet, Papa Nut. Who's the grown-up here? Alright, it's me. Let's go. Call me Daddy, yeah, that's who I am. Running your mind's like a master plan. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, take your pick. Alone in your thoughts while you still act sick. Call me Daddy, it's what you mean. Why you chase the crooks and I take the lead? Living rent-free, that's my name. Go ahead, say it, put some respect on your name. Man, I'm too old, well here's a surprise. I'm the one with the brains while you're stuck with the lies. You act like you're experts, but here's the reality. I'm the one controlling your mental reality. So while you're out there trying to throw shade, I'm sipping coffee and you're feeling betrayed. You're mad, I got the spotlight, now it's my time. So why not call me Daddy or Papa with a rhyme? I'm the landlord and you're just the tenants, stuck in your headspace with no end in sight, no repentance. Call me Daddy, you know it's true. You'd be lost without me, stuck in the glue. Call me Daddy, I'm owning your mind while you're scrambling, trying to find what's behind. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, don't you see? You're living in my world now, I'm a VIP. Call me Daddy, just let it be. While you're trying to figure out your own identity. Oh, I see you're confused, trying to get it right. Spinning your wheels while I'm out of sight. You think you got it figured, but you got it all wrong. I've been running your minds all along. But sure, keep pretending you don't care. Keep saying you're done, but I'm still in the air. You got no choice but to bow to my name. Daddy Shizzy is here to own the game. You say you don't watch, but you're obsessed. Every word I say puts you to the test. Call me Daddy, Papa Nut, you know you should. Because I've been living rent-free, and you know it feels good. Shizzy Daddy, owning your headspace, and there's no escape. Good luck with that.
Good evening, everybody. How are you guys doing tonight, man? Oh, man. Oh, man. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful evening. It is so good to see all of you. Hey, Janice, good to see you. I'm Just Me. Barbara, good to see you. Star, how you doing? Barbara, good to see you. Joan, good evening. Good evening. Linnea, friend. I like that. That's a pretty cool name. Guy, how you doing? Good to see you. Harley Munchie, Sharon, how you doing? Nolet, wonderful, wonderful time. Yes, and absolutely another crazy day. Yeah, crazy stuff happens everywhere, doesn't it? It's always going to be happening. It is such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Lincoln, how you doing, Jeff Lincoln? Good to see you. Phil Coffin, I must object. What has a goldfish done to you, poor innocent creatures? I laughed, I cried, I pooped my pants, but I'm still dancing. Well, tomorrow I'll have that membership will open up again, and we'll have another video that it's going to move down into the all members and one of them all subscribers. So if you're a subscriber, you'll get to see a new video that I've been working on. Well, I've already finished, but if members get to see it early, so gotta give them a little bit of something. Gosh, how you doing, Mug Raid? Welcome, Mug Raiders. Hey, old Papa Jim, what's up, Papa Nut? It is good here. It's really good. I'm having a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful evening. Hey, Brenda, how you doing? Sylvie, good to see you. Yeah, it's been a crazy, crazy, crazy day, and I'll say that it looks like Lynette's filed another motion to say, hey, can we get the default overturned? Because I don't want to be here. I This is no fair, Judge. My cat didn't die. Do slip-ins count as Velcro shoes? No, that would be too easy. You got to have the Velcro shoes because you have to tie them properly. You have to tie them properly. We're going to continue on with some of these videos that Larry put out. That's part of this lawsuit, and the reason that all this crap was created in the first place was because, well, you've got a person that decided to sue DUI guy for using a thumbnail with her image on it, like anybody else would whenever they're showing something about something that they're covering. So exactly who the players are. I don't use them because I'm lazy. I guess the best way to do it. I can't spend too much time on doing all the really cool artwork that everybody else does. So YouTube has this little thing I can just pull up default thumbnails and throw those up there, and they work really well. But some of these guys have time, talent, which I don't have. So I'm not able to, create really good looking thumbnails. I mean, go look back at some of my thumbnails; are absolutely horrible. So I just let it go. I let it go. But of course, Lynette got supposedly upset about it, which was the case was never going to go forward anyway, because that would be like telling anybody you can't show a picture of money or a gavel or something of that sort, because it's a descriptor. I mean, news stations have been doing this for decades. Top of the news, you've got all these pictures, so it was doomed to fail. They had a chance to pull out. They had a chance to leave the case. Had a chance to drop the case before they hit a brick wall where it starts costing attorney's fees. They were actually even given plenty of opportunities to drop that case, and they never did. And so whenever they were supposed to be showing up for depositions, all of a sudden the case is dropped. They don't want to have anything to do with it. They don't show up for the deposition. They do a dismissal. So already they're costing money. Now that money right there is why they're in a suit. This is why there's a lawsuit going on, why Lynette is defaulted out of another one, because she never responded like she was supposed to. That's on her. Here's the thing. If you create a lawsuit, if you start a lawsuit, it is incumbent upon you, even if you're hiring an attorney to do it, it is incumbent upon you to make sure all ends are tied up, everything's completed as it should be. If you don't know, hire a damn attorney. That's what they're there for. It is not, it may not be your job to do it, but you take on that burden at the time that your attorney passes away or gets himself removed from the case. Any of those reasons, you are responsible now for taking care of your own lawsuit. This is something she didn't do. That's on her. Judge gave her the best advice. Go hire an attorney. That is the only legal advice that I can give you. Go hire an attorney. That's it. That's all he did. Hey, Tug and Megan Reid, welcome. And she didn't do that. And so Larry, knowing that this case is done and over with, now the sanctions are going to be coming. She doesn't have a chance to replead her case. Larry says, okay, this is where we're at. This is where the cases are going. This is what's happening in this case. Here's the kind of outcome that you can expect if as Ducey was being sanctioned in Fed 1. The judge hasn't held a sanctions hearing yet, but that doesn't mean he's not going to. It just means he hasn't done it yet. Well, that got Ducey a little upset. That got Deucey a little upset. And that's the videos that we're gonna be watching tonight. We're gonna watch a little bit of that. You got a J-Hip membership tonight. Congratulations. Well, thank you. Thank you, J-Hip. And thank you, Debbie Chat. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hi, Chat, and all you beautiful mods. Hey, Stacy B. So this got Bruce upset. These videos that I'm about to show you got Bruce very upset because he believes there's defamation in here. Now, you have to understand the way that Larry's worded all of this is, these are the things that are going to happen if you keep misbehaving. I mean, you can try to spin it any which way you want to, but we get to hear his words all from himself right here. Here we go.
Oh, you should see the kind of content that they're making. They're millionaires.
Yeah, that was the stuff that Deuce had been saying. Doug and Megan Red. Yes, welcome.
No, I sued them for hundreds of thousands of dollars. But that's besides the point. I am scared. I am terrified. I am petrified. He sanctioned Randy $4,000, $2,000 for each motion, for 2 motions. Even in
Yes, but he did. He sanctioned him for 2 motions that he filed. That he said that this is something that should be happening, and he sanctioned him. And had Bruce been there, he probably would have sanctioned him there too.
His order, the judge said, absurd for you to think that. I mean, can you imagine what you have to do and say in order to get arrested by a federal judge? Next week, they're going to pay Randy money. Think about it. You're throwing another lawyer under the bus for your misdeeds, your mistakes, and your shenanigans. That is despicable. You disgust me, sir.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that there. And Randy stood up the hearing like a man, took the sanctions, but Bruce, he didn't even bitch out. He didn't even show up. He told the judge to go fuck off. I mean, whenever you don't show up, it's just like telling a judge, go fuck off. That's what he's basically saying. Evening, how you doing, East Texas Cowboy? And you can also go check these videos out. They're available for anybody to view. DUI guy has these up there, and go sub up to him. See if you can push him over that 500,000 mark. I think he's over it now. Thank you, Janice.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to Buckle Up, It's the Law. Folks, today we're going to be talking about none other than Deuce in the What the Hell saga. I'm recording this on Tuesday, April the 8th. This is on the eve of Deuce's deadline for tomorrow's show cause explanation to the judge as to why he could not make it.
I think, this isn't the one we watched last night.
Last week on April 3rd. So let's begin at the beginning. I have to catch you guys up on what happened in the days leading up to it.
Oh, Star, don't you worry about it. You're working too much, missing too many great streams. But I love you, shiz, and chat. The best part about it is you're working. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. We love it that people have something to do besides if all you had to do was just to hang out and watch streams, man, that wouldn't be fun at all. Out there, being a productive member of society. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Got you right there. Back of the helmet. Wow. I can feel that one. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, see you 606. Let's see if we can get them over 7. I mean, come on.
Originally, around March 14th, Judge Bolitho issued an order saying that on April 3rd, we are going to hold a hearing in Pensacola. Be there or be square, Deuce and Randy. And both of you bring your checkbooks. That's interesting, you might think. It's old news. It's been almost a month since that happened. Lots of things happened since, but that's the beginning of the tale and the beginning of the end for Deuce. So what happens next? He files a couple more motions relevant to the case. Randy responds. And then as the date of court gets closer and closer, Deuce gets more and more anxious. And the question arises, is he going to show up? Is he not going to show up? Is he going to get in trouble? Is he not going to get in trouble? Is he going to skate by? Is he going to not skate by? A lot of questions and not a whole lot of answers.
Which is very true, but nobody knew what was going to happen in that case. You know, whether he was going to show up or not. I mean, he was, from what I remember, and I could be wrong on this. From what I remember, is he raised $4,000. They raised $4,000 to make sure that he showed up for this hearing. Now, I could have that wrong. There's always that possibility. But if I remember it right, they raised $4,000 for him to show up here. That's insane. And he never showed.
So in this order that I'm about to present to you, here is how the events unfolded. On or about Tuesday, April 1st, Deuce files a motion for an extension. He says, I'm not going to be able to be there, Your Honor. I have excuses here. I have more excuses there. I am afraid of you. You're going to arrest me. I'm afraid of Randy. I'm afraid of Larry, because Larry...
What? Some are directly associated with plaintiff, with him periodically appearing on their live streams to discuss the case. Well, because we discussed the case. It's my option who I want to have on to talk about the case. Nobody tells me how to run my channel. So with him periodically appearing on their live streams to discuss the case, which boosts their view counts, I will tell you right now, my view counts do not increase no matter whether I have Jeremy on here, Tug, Megan. I could have one of the most popular people in the world. Hell, I could probably have Mr. Beast on here, and I don't think my count is going to go any much higher. That's not how it works. Just having a guest on does not necessarily make your count go higher. This is from people that don't know how YouTube works. They really don't understand how it works, because as you can see from last night, my view count was higher because people were interested in the story. It wasn't because I was discussing anything different than other people hadn't talked about. I'm just giving my perspective on it. So this is the problem that they don't understand. This is why their channels continue to flail around, and why they have to create drama and have issues is because they don't understand how YouTube works. Whenever they figure that out, man, they could take off. They could totally take off. Please take this judicial notice of YouTube channels, That Umbrella Guy, Megan Fox Writer, Shizzy Wisnut, Veterination, Squid Pro Quo, just a few of those profiting from the content. No, you that's another thing you don't understand. I'm losing money playing around on YouTube. I'm not profiting from it. This is a money losing situation. People don't understand that. This is not a winning situation. Not until you start getting up into the 100, 200,000 sub mark does YouTube even become profitable. The rest of the time is you're spending money just to get there. I mean, I spend money on court documents. I spend money on different tools that I have to use, microphones, cameras, monitors, computers. I mean, people don't understand. I don't make a profit for this. That's the part that they don't understand. They think, oh man, I want to do YouTube. I'm gonna become a millionaire. No, I thought it was because I was in the chat. That could be. Megan, Tug, I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome. Doesn't Bruce the bitch periodically appear on the Fleas' streams and with people associated with the Fed 2 case? Yeah, probably. I mean, doesn't matter to me. He's the one that has to answer for his problems. Profiting from the content, this contrived litigation. What do you mean by contrived litigation? No. See, this is what you don't understand. Lynette sued Jeremy, sued DUI guy, sued George. She sued Therese Granger, sued Rex. She sued all of the amount of people that she sued or attempted to sue, and it's come back to bite her in the ass every damn time. You would think that maybe, just maybe, you stop screwing around. Stop being litigious. Whenever you're told, stop stalking me, that you take the hint and go away. Don't talk with them. Don't look at them. Whenever you get that restraining order, you don't even look in their direction. You avoid them completely. We've shown a judge talking to this lady that decided to pull up at a gas station, and dude called the cops on her and had her arrested. Why? She's not supposed to be there. And the judge told her, you know, you're not supposed to be there. They're next door neighbors. She has a restraining order to be within a certain distance of them. There's a reason why these things don't joke around. The only problem is because Levy County wasn't paying any attention to the restraining order, and now it looks like the AG is sitting there going to be facing a lawsuit because of his misbehavior. Yeah, that's coming up. Just a few of those profiting from the content. One channel, DUI guy is a Kentucky lawyer, Larry Forman, who's profited from coverage of the plaintiff's legal cases. No. He found it interesting. He talked about it. That's it. He finds a story interesting. He talks about it. He engages with people. How many other people have been talking about it? And it looks like they're just sucking wind left and right. But BBB promised me I would sue for big money and get rich. Yeah, that's he invited himself onto my channel, and I told him to go fuck off. Yeah, that's the kind of person that Deuce is. Well, you should have me on to talk about it. No, you're a fucking moron. I don't want you on my channel. I say who comes on and who doesn't, and I have no reason to ever have that moron on. Ever. All one-sided for the plaintiff from one channel. DUI guy is a Kentucky lawyer, Larry Forman, who has profited from coverage of the plaintiff's legal cases and was involved in a fundraiser held by plaintiff on YouTube to raise money for the biological aunt. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all, because I don't think he covered that too much. I don't know, because I don't pay attention to a lot of shit most of the time. I actually have a job that pays the bills. Like I said, YouTube don't pay the bills. Defendant Preston's adopted a birth daughter who never met the child to hire a law firm to file fraudulent emergency custody petition. A months-long content-generating storyline. See, this is the problem. For them, it's all a storyline because these fools don't understand how YouTube works. It's not a storyline. It's a story. Whenever people are covering a story. See, the problem that these fools have been having, the biggest problem that they've been having is that they're not seeing that we cover stories that we find interesting. We talk about things that we find interesting. If we don't find them interesting, why would we cover them? The foolish crap that they're constantly doing is jerking around and just providing the content. We just shine the light on it. That's all. They're like roaches. They got to run for cover every time the light shines on them. They're like scurrying away, just like, oh my gosh. You would think you're like infested with something. Oh my gosh, fallen hero gifted a membership. Well, you know what that means.
Welcome to the shit show.
Oh yes, every single day. A new flavor of thuggery, 'cause everybody's such, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of twats. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, vulgar, dash, pop, cock, bollocks, and thuggery. Oh, yes, now. I done. How you doing, Megan? Good to see you. I don't remember Larry at that fundraiser either. Yeah, this is the thing. Let's fucking go. Ballstorm. Yeah, I don't think he was at a fundraiser. Like I said, I don't know anything about a fundraiser. That's how out of the loop I guess I am. You know, that I was profiting off of watching YouTube things that were going on and commenting on it. I mean, it's so weird. Megan Ray, welcome, Megan Raiders. Folks, including gratuitous claims of being biased or corrupt. Oh, that was Judge Grudd. He attacks the integrity and qualifications of judges. No, he questioned the integrity of a certain judge. And guess what? That judge was removed from that case. If I quite remember that well, that he's not allowed to cover that stuff anymore. But, you know, need I say more?
He announced that he's going to be there with his girlfriend. I'm afraid of Jeremy because Jeremy said even though he doesn't have to be there, he's going to be there. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to be interviewed. I don't want to be answering questions. I am threatened by these people. I am terrified of these people.
Terrified.
Yeah, I know. I sued them for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yes.
But that's besides the point. I am scared. I am terrified. I am petrified. Pick a side, man. You can't both be terrified of us and sue the crap out of us at the same time.
Yes.
If you file a lawsuit halfway across the country, and I looked this up, it is a 24-hour drive.
It's a 24-hour drive. He can't cross bridges. I'd like to be there. Yeah. I'm sitting there going, you know, that a 24-hour drive to get down there. Well, and you could do it in 20 hours and 50 minutes, or you could, take a different route, be there in 20 hours and 30 minutes. I mean, you can pick your choice. You could just travel on through, take the scenic route. Get out of there. Poor Doozy. Yeah, dumb. Or you can just get on a plane and it costs less than gas would. Because, you have to fill it up a few times. You're driving 24 hours. You're probably going to fill up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So is it 1,400 miles? 1,400 miles. Let's see. You get about 300 miles per tank. So yeah, he's going to have to fill up quite a bit. It'd be just cheaper to get a round trip ticket. I could be there in 20 years. Yes, you could be. Oh,
From Massachusetts to Pensacola, so he had to fly. We could drive. Chandler and I drove from Louisville to Pensacola for the hearing. And
8
let
hours.
me tell you something, folks. The drive is magical.
It
It's
is.
beautiful.
It
It's
is.
so pretty. It is so peaceful. It's like 9 hours of pure bliss. With the stops, make it 12 hours. It flew by. I didn't even notice it. Chandler and I were listening to music and having conversation and talking on the phone with clients and friends, etc.
Mhm.
So let's get back to our saga.
Swim.
On April 1st, Deuce requested an extension. It got shut down and denied
Yes.
on April the 2nd. No extensions, no delays. You had plenty of time. You don't have a choice in this matter. You are going to appear at this time. It's tomorrow, April 3rd. That Judge Bolitho is not playing any games. I've met him. I've seen him. He was on the bench. Really nice guy. Fairly young, too, apparently in his early 40s. Good on him to be a magistrate in Pensacola at such a young age. Absolutely fascinating. Absolutely astonishing that Deuce not only ignores that order, we're getting there, but on April 3rd, 2024.
Oh, and Deuce does not like Bolitho. He was calling him an idiot, a moron, and quite a few other things. Yeah, the words that were coming out of his mouth about Bolitho being ignorant, Yeah, all kinds of stuff. It was interesting. Foreman is going to prison, I hear. Well, that's I see that happening. Jay, you're stupid. It's not gonna happen. Good to see you, Jay.
Just last week, he has the audacity 28 minutes before the hearing is scheduled, 1 p.m. Central. This is 12:32 Central. He files a motion to withdraw. I'm sorry, what? Does he really think it's going to be that easy? Like, you know what? I don't have to listen to no judicial opinions and no judicial orders. All I have to do is leave the case. Just get out. Let's get out. Not only that, I'm pretty certain he lied in that motion because he wrote that he has been terminated by Lynette and John, his clients, the defendants in that case, because in that one, Jeremy is actually suing them. They're the defendants. The hundreds of thousands of dollars I said he sued us in state court in Levy County. And that case has been since dismissed the day after Christmas of 2024.
And
we're still
she's
not
in default.
done. I am going to be coming down to Levy County Courthouse in 2 weeks' time for the hearing against Stark. Now, Stark is on the hook. I'm sorry, I said 2 weeks. That's next week. Oh my gosh. I'm flying on Monday. I forgot. My schedule is so busy right now. It's hard to keep up with everything, but that's okay. That's the way I like it. Busy keeps me happy. So next week, Stark needs to answer for his crimes. Randy just filed a motion today, solidifying it's a memorandum of law, basically explaining here's why Stark needs to pay. Here's why Stark needs to open up his checkbook and pay Randy. I could care less about the money. Honestly, at the end of the day, he sued me through Deuce. So Stark is the named attorney. Deuce is not admitted pro hac vice, which is a fancy word for not licensed to practice in the state.
Pro hac vice.
This one individual case. So that's another thing that he has to deal with. But let's get back to our main story. So Deuce files a motion to withdraw 28 minutes before the hearing. The federal rules of civil procedure require that an attorney must ask for leave of court in order to withdraw from a case, unless they already have counsel at the ready, in which case new counsel will simply enter a substitution of counsel order and things continue unabated with no issues. No one is going to yell at you unless you already have been ordered to appear and you're going to chicken out of it. That's fine. There's going to be a separate order on that, which we'll get to in just a moment. But at least you get to skate out of the case unabated. But you can't simply abandon clients upon whom you have put your faith and their trust in you that you're going to represent their interests. And this is where I think Deuce lied. I don't think John and Lynette, at the time of the filing of his motion to withdraw, they probably know now, it's almost a full week later, but at the time of the filing of the motion, he wrote that my clients fired me. I don't think they did. I don't think they knew that they fired him. That's the beautiful part. So he may be on the hook in the future for lying to a tribunal.
See, now that's not what Deuce had to say about it. Deuce was saying that oh no, he did nothing wrong. He said he might, if this is the way that it went down, he might be in trouble for it. That's all he said. And then he gives you the explanation for it. Do you a guy fundraiser called "Let's Go Over the Edge for Critically and Chronically Ill Children," repelled off the rooftop of Louisville Slugger Museum, 9/7/2024. That's awesome. I love that. Do you I got a fundraiser called "Over the Edge for Critically and Chronically Ill Children," repelled off the roof at the top of Louisville Slugger Museum, 9/7/2024. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. I'm glad that and see that's something I could get by. I could get down with. I haven't repelled, and I don't know if I want to do it now. I'd probably hurt myself. Let it when Lynette goes, "John called Bruce while on the phone with Levy County Sheriff in July." Yes, Cynthia, that was absolutely true. Time for Foreman to sit around on live stream for hours on end. Yeah, he doesn't. Larry does not have enough time for him to sit around on live streams for hours on end. He's got a successful law practice. He's very busy, unlike some attorneys that seem to not have anything but time to do that. Fundraisers for lawyers who don't law so good. But it was a very successful law practice, right? I mean, because we saw how much he wanted to get out of Larry for costing him what did he say? 400,000. Oh yeah, it was 497,000, something like that. I wonder if he's going to give any of that money to Lynette. Probably not, because he wouldn't be in that kind of shit had he not taken that case. So I mean, I think she should get a contingency of that. I think that's how it should work. I mean, the amount of work that she's done on, helping him out just by opening her fucking cockwasher.
You have a duty of candor before the court. And if you violate that, well, then you have nothing remaining. If we can't even trust anything that you say in court, if you get that reputation, it's all over for you anyway. Now, there have been some rumors since then that despite the fact that Deuce is out of the case, he is going to continue working as a shadow lawyer, as a ninja lawyer on.
Oh, and he's said that. He said that he was going to still be working behind the scenes. He said that on live streams. Yes, we have the recordings of it. These are the things that he said that he was going to be working in the background, which, in most places that's considered illegal, against the law, shouldn't be happening, things like that. Yeah, he's a successful law practice only in his own mind. Well, I don't know. I mean, he's more successful as a lawyer than I am, because I'm not a lawyer. So it's not a really high bar to cross there, is it?
Whatever new counsel he finds to take this godforsaken case. Another Stark, maybe, because Stark has already outlived his usefulness. Stark has caught up to the scam that Deuce perpetrates.
Don't forget about the Deuce cowardice.
For Deuce's purposes. He's going to have to find someone new, someone just as gullible, just as bland. Sorry, Stark. It's nothing against you, buddy. Trust me. I think we got to know you a little bit. I have nothing against you. It's all against him. And he's going to have to find someone just like Stark to take on the case. Someone that's been around for 40 years, hasn't accomplished much, and wants to make a little money. He's going to sell them. He's going to turn that knob. He's going to go, I'm going to make you so much money. You have no idea. These are wealthy YouTubers. You should see the kind of content that they're making. The Jeremy and the George and the Tug and the DUI guy. Just watch those videos. They're millionaires. They're millions and millions and millions of dollars here. And
I love the graphics. That's so good. Just damn, did you deserve it? Oh my god. Oh my god. That kills me. The graphics. Yeah. The millions and millions of dollars that you're gonna make. Oh, sure. Sure. Really? They're millionaires. We're that's the thing. All of us might be successful outside of YouTube. Slightly. I don't know about millionaires and billionaires, but okay. We've been around a little while. I mean, Larry is actually a successful attorney, and he's done pretty good on YouTube as far as I can tell. I mean, this little emblem right here, they don't give that to everybody. That isn't just because of having a YouTube channel. That's not where it comes from. Blessings, Shizzy, DUI guy. You can't trust anything with BBB. He is a douching, narcissistic grifter, liar, just like the clients he gets. All evil grifters, abusers, defamers, disbarred, PR, liars. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, I love that. I love that. Bubbles the Clown is the Shadow Warrior. Yes, he's shadow boxing is what he's doing. Oh my god. You guys sit there and say the PR team. Oh my god. I've got to show this again, because this PR team kills me every damn time. I'm sorry. And J-Hip, I'm showing it again because it's too damn funny. And I laugh every damn time that I see it. Let me see if I can find That's the worst part about it. It's like, I know that I'll find it. Ah, there we go. There it is. There it is. Give me a second, because this killed me. You, your ladies did such a good job on this thing. I am telling you right now, they did such a good job. I've got to show it again. Here we go.
Clear my throat.
But Lynette admitted to making one, but not all of them.
I'm just saying,
Just saying.
it opened up my eyes. So I walked the line.
Just saying.
Never gonna give you up.
Just saying.
Fascinating. I saw the sign.
Fascinating.
One more time.
This is, in fact, a PR team.
The PR team.
You know,
We got the clips.
just saying.
And the emphysema dream.
Wow.
Oh, coming out.
Oh, wow. In my throat, it's like a tickle, you know? Yeah.
Let me clear my throat again.
Oh,
Absolute idiot.
oh my God. Rogue Mama and What's Her Face. That's who was doing it right there. Thank you guys for that. That's just me. Every time I see that, I laugh my ass off because I want to give credit to where credit's due. It's awesome. Please keep showing this over and over and over. No. It's got to be for special occasions. Play their intro. Clear my throat, please. Sorry. It kills me every damn time. Just saying. All this mockery is just, wait, I don't give a shit about their feelings. Carry on. Oh.
Somebody's just going to go, oh my God, I have an opportunity of a lifetime. Sorry, you don't. It's a scam, but they're going to fall for it. And by the time they realize it, it might be too late. Kind of like what happened with Stark. Anyway, so moving forward, on April 3rd, Deuce doesn't show up. We get a call from Randy. Randy says that he just got off the phone with Deuce, and Deuce is still in Massachusetts, and the hearing is in an hour. He files the motion.
And you see what he posts right there. As you can see, it says breaking. PBB confirmed he is in Boston. It will not be coming to court. Sanctions imminent. No lie. Disbarment probable. No lie. This is insanity. Definitely no lie. The guy has given up on his career and probably his professional life. I don't know. That sounds to me like possibly group song editing. Yeah, that would be hilarious. We just don't have time. Do you not understand that we actually are all pretty busy doing our own things? You know, life takes care of us pretty well. Can't hold it back. Sanction Bruce. Says
that he just got off the phone with Deuce, and Deuce is still in Massachusetts, and the hearing is in an hour. He files the motion to withdraw, and we go to the hearing at 1 o'clock Central on April.
I can't bring it up any louder.
Pensacola, Florida. I'm sitting in the audience with Chandler. We got the bailiff, Judge Bolito's legal clerk. We got Randy, Jeremy. There are a couple people in the audience on the right, a couple more people in the audience on the left. They're fans. I talked to two of them, not the other two, and they said that they're YouTube fans. They were there, they were interested, and only pen and paper allowed, no recording devices of any kind, no computers. Doesn't matter if you're media, not media, no cameras, nothing is permitted inside the courtroom except pen and paper. Randy gets up there, and God love him, God bless him. He had to take the heat for two lawyers that day because Bolito can only yell at one of them since the other one is an empty chair and an empty desk. It was so painful to watch, you guys. It makes an attorney weep. I was sweating for Randy that he got into this. I mean, Bolito went on and on about how you guys are making my poor law clerk work overtime And that's why he
Mhm.
sanctioned Randy $4,000, $2,000 for each motion for 2 motions. And it's really unfortunate. It's really, really unfortunate that that's what it has come down to. But I'm telling you, if Deuce had shown up, he probably would have paid double. His fine would probably be 8,000, I think. Maybe.
Probably, maybe. We don't know because Deuce never showed up. That doesn't mean that the judge isn't going to sanction him. It just means that Deuce isn't going to show up. But he's going to have a hard time handling stuff in Florida, especially if word gets out what kind of shenanigans that he pulled. Ooh, that's not going to look pretty in his other cases, especially this one there where he's suing the DUI guy. That's interesting. Even though Fed 1 is stayed, can the judge still sanction Deuce? The judge could have sanctioned him the day that he called on sanctions. He could have sent out sanctions. Judge can sanction him anytime that he wants to. He could wait until the end of the case. It just all depends. I mean, he also may be waiting to see how he behaves in Fed 2. I don't know. I don't know this judge. I don't know his thought process, but he could do it any time. I mean, he could be writing up a sanction for him right now.
It would be the same as Randy's. I don't know. But no guts, no glory, right? 90% of the work, 99% of the work is just showing up. Even if you have to eat dirt, you show up and you eat dirt because that's what you set yourself up for. But Deuce was so scared of getting arrested that
Larry has been begging to be on my show, but I'm busy. I have stuff going on. You're so bad. You're so bad, Larry. Yes, I see Larry begging to be on your show. It is just like he's begging to be. Larry's a busy man. He is a busy man. He doesn't have time for fools like me. Thank you, J-Hip. No, I love it. J-Hip, you are hilarious. You kill me.
even in his order, the judge said, absurd for you to think that. I mean, can you imagine what you have to do and say in order to get arrested by a federal judge as an attorney in a civil case?
Listen to this again because it's really important. This is sort of important right here. Listen.
Because that's what you set yourself up for. But Deuce was so scared of getting arrested that even in his order, the judge said, absurd for you to think that. I mean, can you imagine what you have to do and say in order to get arrested by a federal judge as an attorney in a civil case to get arrested? Oh, I give up on this guy. He's
and that's how he framed it. He said, you know what you have to do in a civil case to get arrested? You have to really screw up to get arrested.
Just a lost cause. He literally wants to be disbarred. He's asking for it. And then what he's going to do?
Yeah, and this is all he's saying is that his behavior is showing that it gives all the appearance that he's asking to be disbarred. He's asking for a spanking. And then suing Larry, he's just asking to get bent over and get whomped on.
He's going to continue working in the background. And then he's going to get in trouble for that. I mean, the man has given up. He has 3 decades of experience, alleged experience as an attorney. And what does he have to show for it? I feel no remorse for this man. Everything that he has coming his way, he brought upon himself in one way or another. You don't want anybody to come after you, don't get involved. Go make content. Don't actually get involved. See, we are involved. You brought us in here. You filed a lawsuit against us that you've since dismissed. And like I said, that's not over either. Next week, you're going to pay Randy money. Stark is going to pay for you. You're going to make Stark pay. Think about it. You're throwing another lawyer under the bus for your misdeeds.
Well, and now it's gone beyond that because now Lynette's going to be paying for it. Lynette's going to be paying Jeremy's attorney's fees. Yeah. I wonder if she realizes that that's how this is going to go. I wonder if she realized that's how this is going to go. I would bet money that she doesn't realize it yet, that she's on the hook for his attorney's fees. Can Larry use a lawyer from his practice to represent him? Sure. I mean, here's the thing. All I've seen so far is that there was a wonderful filing, a cease and desist, a filing, and some transcripts of these videos that were entered. I haven't seen where he's been served. I imagine that Larry will, hire somebody to handle it for him, because he doesn't have time to do this kind of crap, especially whenever there's nothing there to defend. That's the thing. Denise, he can use whomever he chooses. Yeah, he can hire an attorney to represent him. He probably, I don't think he'll represent himself. He's a DUI lawyer. I mean, maybe he will. I don't know. It's not like I've got a direct dial to Larry. Judge said BBB sanctions on the desk. Why didn't he do it? Because he hasn't done it yet. Doesn't mean he won't. Yeah, he can do it whenever he wants to.
Or mistakes and your shenanigans. That is despicable. You are preying, P-R-E-Y. You are preying on an innocent lawyer who just fell for your scam. That is disgusting. That is abhorrent that this is how you treat other people. This is who you are, Deuce. And I have zero sympathy for you. I have nothing remaining for you. You disgust me, sir. And that says a lot. It takes a lot for me to crack. It takes a lot for me to go over the top. You brought me there. You single-handedly brought me there.
I thought Jimmy Stewart was going to tell me a story
that I don't know if anyone has ever earned before in many, many years, maybe in my entire life. But it's done. Next, the judge said that because Deuce did not show up, he said that he's going to issue an order. And he did on Friday, April 4th. Very anticlimactic, but he's setting up the dominoes to fall. And this is where things get really, really interesting. He said, Deuce, I want you to provide reasons why you didn't show. And everybody's saying, but he already did. He provided reasons. Didn't you read the order? Judge Bolito doesn't understand. April 2nd, he wrote a... Federal courts are all about rules. Rules, and then some more rules to those rules, exceptions to the rules, exceptions to the exceptions, and rules to the exceptions. And so when you have a lawyer openly, willingly, knowingly, consciously, and intelligently violating a court order to appear, not a complicated thing. You had 3 weeks to buy a plane ticket and get a hotel. They were very cheap back then. The closer you get to the date, the more expensive they get. That's on you. That's a you problem. The judge gave you plenty of time, Deuce. You chose not to. And
cheaper than driving.
Excuse in the book why you shouldn't come. Well, now the judge has another rule he must follow. There's a case that says a lawyer that is about to be sanctioned by a court must first provide show cause. The judge must give him a show cause date as to why they should not be sanctioned. The reason that Judge Bolito is doing that is because he wants to make sure he doesn't get appealed. Because the last thing that federal judges want is to be appealed. So that is tomorrow, as of the recording of this video. This is being recorded on April the 8th. And April 9th at 5 p.m. Central is the deadline. So this video is probably going to premiere either right when Deuce submits his show cause motion, or right after or right before, somewhere in that region. And then my gut is telling me I'm going to get the best birthday gift for my mother, whose birthday is on April 11th, on Friday. Happy birthday, Mom. Happy early birthday, I suppose. And Judge Bolito is going to destroy. He's already been typing it. He's already been spending the weekend. Oh, this is probably going to be one of the most fun orders, and at the same time completely unfun, because no judge really wants to do that. Judge Bolito said in court that he does not want to get the reputation of a judge who sanctions people. But his hand was forced. He literally pointed to his law clerk. He said, out of all of my cases, this one case has taken up more judicial resources than many of them combined. Think about that. When cases from beginning to end have about 50 docket entries from beginning to end, including discovery, in a standard regular case in Pensacola.
And just so you guys know, we're well over 3 times that amount right now in that particular case. They've doubled it in Fed too. And most of those filings are from the harassers. That's where most of those filings are coming from. That's where the majority of those filings are coming from. Like the only time that you see Randy file is whenever he's filing a response to just absolute garbage, and he owns them on every single time. 1,770 or so, something like that. There might be around 1,700 filings easily. I mean, it's insane the amount of crap that has been going on, and the amount of judicial resources that these people have taken up. 172 in Fed 1, I think, and Fed 2 is over 110, 111, something like that. And then you've got the Levy County thumbnail case, Levy County trespass case, the Granger's countersuit. And then you've also got, you've also got Lips, which decided to file, I don't know, just ridiculous amounts of gobbledygook. I mean, it was like random gobbledygook. Like the attacks on Jeremy have not ceased whatsoever at all.
That particular case, at the time of the hearing on April 3rd, Judge Bolito said is already on docket number 125.
Okay.
And they haven't even started discovery yet.
Yeah.
So it could easily go to upwards of 250 by the time the case is over, double what it is. And Judge Bolito is not having it. He does not want this court case to be milked for content at every opportunity. And anybody can respect that. Judge Bolito wants order in his courtroom, and that is commendable and respectable. Deuce doesn't care. Rumors have also been circulating that Deuce has gone on another channel, though you know which one I'm talking about. I've never seen it. I have no desire to watch it. It is a waste of my time. But he apparently said that he is on his way out from the practice of law. So he wants to go out with a bang. Let's talk about the bang. Now we get to the fun part. So the show cause is going to come out in a few minutes as you watch this video. He is going to file it. It's going to be meritless, empty, hollow, pointless. Maybe he'll find substitution counsel if he's lucky, if he's been scrambling the past few days, I'm sure, trying to find a sucker to fall.
No, he never found substitute counsel. What he did is he fundraised money for an attorney that was going to file bankruptcy and then fuck that up. That's wonderful. That's wonderful, isn't it? Just think about that. Instead, he took all of these people donating money in on multiple channels, plus who knows what it was on PayPal, and then spent that money to hire a bankruptcy attorney. Imagine that. Hire a bankruptcy attorney that not only screws it up, but screws it up so bad that he comes into court to explain his screw up. Does he try to compete with Motspot right now? Do you have any rocks or laundry to sell? You don't want any of my laundry. I might have some gravel out in the backyard. They've been there since the beginning of time. You too can get those for really, really cheap. I won't mail a single thing to you, but you can pay me shipping and handling for them also. And I guarantee you, I will still not mail. They'll just sit there in the backyard. I'll tell you what, you can rent my rocks. How's that? You can rent my rocks for the low sum of, I don't know, what's the lowest you can rent a rock for? I mean, well, I'll name them. I'll name them for you. How's that? First one, I'll name J-Hip. It's a pear-shaped one. It fits you very well. My brain cells. 4,000 and 6,000 for bankruptcy. What the F? Oh, Kathleen, that's only a small portion of the amount of fundraising that they've raised. I mean, I sat down and I did the math, and my math could be totally wrong because it's all a guess, because nobody's been able to. They don't like to show receipts on what it is that they've actually earned off of off of Rent My Rocks, wouldn't that make you a pro? Maybe. I mean, could. Depends on if you got off, if My Rocks got off. Just saying. No rentals on your rocks. No rentals. Why not? Seems like so let's see. You got 4,000 that was raised for him to go that he never did. Another 5,000 for, I think it was 5,000 for the bankruptcy attorney. And then you had what, 56K, like I said, I'm just guessing here, 56K that was raised for a barn for Lynette to do something, another 20K that they raised. That doesn't include the gift cards that they raised to put up a fence that covered like 1/4 of their property. And then there was, let's see, another anywhere between 56K and 100K. I mean, I'm just making wild guesses here until you show the receipts, because it was well and above what they made there. So, I mean, you're looking at, I don't know, maybe what do you say? Let's be conservative. $155,000. Imagine that. And all they have left out is 19. If even that, but they're not even going to give that to her. They said, no, that's my money. People donated that to me. See, you see how that happens? 6K for play area for HG. Have you seen that island though? I used it in the wedding. Yes, your wedding was awesome. Oh, it's awesome. Jay, no wonder there's $5 went. I'm missing. Yeah, it just, all that money went poof. It just went away. It went away. All the donators that were donating the money over there, you just donated to Fleesa. You said, screw the woman, screw the child. This money is for Fleesa. At least that's what she's claiming. She's claiming that all that money was for her to do with what she wants to do with it. Not what she told people she's going to do with it. But hey, that's how you run a grift, isn't it? I don't know. I'm horrible at it.
A scam, and unsuccessfully so, I imagine. It's too short of a period. I mean,
no,
is not enough. You need more time, because if it had merit, he would have already found 10 lawyers. But when it doesn't have merit, it's kind of harder, isn't it, Deuce? Even if you find one and you file a substitution of counsel order, the problem is you're on the hook. And like I said, on my mom's birthday this Friday, on April 11th, you're probably going to get one of the most unique and crazy orders for sanctions that we have ever seen.
It didn't happen.
The matter is going to be referred to the district judge in Gainesville.
It was
going to be referred to the Connecticut and the Massachusetts Bar Associations, as well as the Federal Bar Association, the Northern District of Florida.
And that would have happened had there been any sanctions put on there. So Larry's making a prediction that doesn't come true, because as of yet, Bruce hasn't been sanctioned. Okay. But if he is sanctioned, all of that carries over back into his home state. So whenever Larry's saying this, he's saying it as if it happens. He doesn't know, but he's assuming that the judge is going to do the right thing. And I'm betting that after this, he was pretty shocked, going, I'm surprised that the judge hasn't done anything about this and is sort of sitting on his hands with it, which is amazing to watch, because you're just like, why hasn't he handled this at all? Why isn't the judge doing this? I mean, we're all questioning, why isn't the judge doing anything? Nobody knows. Nobody knows what's going on in that judge's head. He may have just said, I just want to see the guy gone, because I don't want to deal with his fuckery anymore.
And then all your other potential applications in federal court are going to be
hey, 3 awesome dogs.
In order to get admitted, you must have a certificate of good standing, and you're going to lose that privilege. If you're not in good standing, you may not be able to get admitted. You have to disclose that, and failure to disclose is another violation. I mean, yes. You see how this tornado of violations starts stacking upon itself so quickly. And here's the beautiful part. You're going to have a hearing date set as to why you should not be held in contempt of court. Do you know what contempt of court is? It is exactly what it's.
Now, if the judge actually moved on it, like I said, this is all prediction, not saying that it's going to happen, but if It's like a chain of events that happens. Once that judge issues sanctions, depending on how Ducey responds, which he doesn't always respond to the greatest light, be truthful. This right here, or he's saying these are all the things that could possibly happen. This is like the outcome of the situation if everything happens like Larry is expecting that it will, which to this date it hasn't happened. So, like I said, it's
sounds like judge angry, you come, you explain why you no come when I tell you to come. If you no come to that one, you will make national headlines, Deuce. You will be the first lawyer since Alec Murdaugh to make it into the national news, because the federal marshal is going to come to your home and they're going to arrest you. It
Yes.
takes a lot
for a contempt of court. That's exactly what will happen.
So basic and stupid. All you have to do was show up, man. And you can't even do that.
Yep.
You wanted to be famous. You wanted your macaroni and cheese cover up, which is such a catchy line, Larry, don't you think? In an email dated February 28th, 2024, Deuce's email to me back when he was still trying to get on my channel. Absurd. Get out of here, Deuce. You wanted to be famous. You're about to get your wish.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
And that's exactly what he said. Magistrate judge can only assess sanctions in person. He can still hold him in contempt. See, that's what happens. If he doesn't show up, he can hold him in contempt. And yes, he can send federal marshals to his house, because he'll just get his boss to do it. Simple as that. He'll just say, "Hey, boss, this is what we got going on." His boss will do it. Just saying, he could still make that happen. It would be up to the judge to do that, though. Here we go. Fun stuff right here. Give me a second, because I've got to do this just because it has to happen.
Let me clear my throat.
But Lynette admitted
saw
to
the
making one, but not all of them.
I'm just saying,
Just saying.
it opened up my eyes. So I walked the line.
Just saying.
Never gonna give you up.
Just saying.
Fascinating. I saw the sign.
Fascinating.
One more time.
This is, in fact, a PR team.
The PR team.
You know.
We got the clips.
Just saying.
And the emphysema dream.
Wow. Oh wow. In my throat, it's like a tickle, you know? Yeah.
Let me clear my throat again.
Absolute idiot.
It just kills me every time. Oh my gosh. All right. So Forman begins the video by saying we don't want to give Deuce any recognition or credibility because he deserves none of those things. Now, whenever I just want to point out here, Shizzy played our song. Yes, Rogue Mama, I did. Thank you. It was so awesome. So here's the thing about it. And I want to highlight this for you, because anytime that you see this right here, these are not words that came out of his mouth. Right there. That's not a word that came out of his mouth at all. He never said anything about Deuce. He said, we don't want to give, and he had it beeped out, any recognition or credibility because he doesn't deserve. He deserves none of those things. Forman says it's an absolute disgrace to the profession of law, in my humble opinion. That's just what he said, an opinion, that he should not have any business whatsoever. I'm not going to go so far as to strip the man of his bar license, but maybe he should. That is all he said. He never said that he should be disbarred. This is not what he said. So he's adding words in here that don't align with this. But I will say this, he should definitely not have any clients because he does not deserve them. Although Forman does not say Deuce's name, okay, he shows his audience documents from the litigation discussed in paragraph 7, proven Forman is discussing Deuce. Well, Forman's refusal to say Deuce's name is a calculated insult as emitted above. Yeah, it's not really an insult whenever he says, I don't want to give him any recognition. It's not an insult. If you're insulted by it, well, that's your little fifis that are hurting. You might want to go get that checked out by a doctor. I'm sure they got some medication, probably in the form of a blue pill for you. Addressing Deuce directly in the 27th video and accusing Deuce of criminal behavior, Forman stated, also joined forces with disbarred lawyers who are convicted felons. Why? Is it because birds of a feather? I don't know. I can't help but wonder. We all have to help but wonder. More scumbag stuff. Yeah, because he's correct here. He joined forces with a disbarred attorney and wanted to make sure that they wrote all of these nice little letters out there, and they created their little Substacks and their little sock accounts, and they still suck. Let's put it this way: I can post something on Facebook and get more views on it than those two combined can get something viewed in a month. It's pretty bad. Yeah, he got involved with a convicted felon. A disbarred convicted felon. Simple as that. After this video, it attracted over 80,000 views so far. That's pretty good. That's pretty damn good. I don't even have that many subs. So that's pretty damn good. Forman uploaded a new lie-ridden. Well, see, that's something that you would have to prove. He uploaded a new attack. See, you're adding all these extra words that don't belong in there. After this video attracted over 80,000 views, Forman uploaded a new video about Deuce on April 9th entitled Biggest Court Sanctions on Shady Lawyer Exposed. The transcript, it's Exhibit 2. You guys want to see that? Well, this video contained even more incendiary lies than the March video. He begins by alleging that Deuce had been arrested by a federal court judge. Guess what? That's not what he said. That's not what he said at all. In that video you watched, he never said anything about him being arrested by a federal court judge. So he's making a false claim right there. Forman apparently does not care. No, he doesn't care. He gives two shits less about you. He does. Here's the thing. Back whenever Deuce was emailing a whole bunch of documents, I can show you those documents because Deuce decided he wanted to include a whole bunch of people in there. I was replying all, and I believe that Larry said, will you stop including me on your bullshit? I don't care. He doesn't have time for it. It's all bullshit. You disgust me, sir, is what he said. By this time, Forman had been taken to call Deuce in his videos, parodying the other nickname others had contrived for YouTube content. Parodying the others had contrived. I mean, I call them bubbles because, what's worse than blowing bubbles? I mean, I guess it can be fun, but sort of weak. It's like Bubbles the clown. It's just he doesn't get it. It's like humor doesn't sit well with Deuce. He can't help it. So Deuce, according to the Urban Dictionary, of course, you would quote the Urban Dictionary. You're an idiot. Means the result of a complete bowel movement. So, okay, I could go for that. So you're full of shit. Why don't you have a deuce? Okay. I always thought a deuce was just one turd, but okay. Throw back to the Bubbles letters. Yeah, throw back to the Bubbles letters. Yeah, after calling deuce a term for excrement. He never called you a term for excrement. He called you deuce, like instead of calling you Bruce, he called you deuce. I called you bubbles. Other people called you BBB or big boring butthole, whatever the BBB stands for. I don't know. Big brown butthole. It could be anything. I mean, you could let your mind wander for whatever it might be. He accused Deuce of lying when federal court pleadings. Yes, because it gives all the appearance of a lie. See, just like he's doing in this, he's saying things that are not true. And this is a federal court pleading, but he's saying things that are not true. I haven't heard "Welcome to the Shit Show" in a long time. When diving, someone cut me off. I started singing it. You've corrupted me. Yeah, it does happen. Written federal court pleadings falsely claimed that Deuce would face. No, he said could. There's a difference between would and could. He said you, sir, you could face potential reprimand for lying in the pleadings. Deuce did not lie in federal court pleadings, nor has he faced any reprimand for doing so. Really? Well, I guess those were state court pleadings. So, yeah, because you're chicken shit. You little chicken shit couldn't show up to a sanctions hearing for those federal court pleadings. You wouldn't even defend yourself. You ran around. You ran off. You went and hid. Went and cried in your little corner. Sobbed your little eyes out, maybe smoked a few doobies. I don't know what you do with your spare time. Forman then claims you're throwing another lawyer. He says you're throwing another lawyer under the bus for your misdeeds, your mistakes, your shenanigans. That is despicable. You are preying, Prey. You are preying on an innocent lawyer who just fell for your scam. Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, didn't you want to be on that Zoom hearing? If you had nothing to do with Stark, what would your purpose of ever even being there? Maybe it was because you wanted to make sure that Stark didn't rat you out. Because you inserted yourself to become a material witness. He never asked for you to be there. You asked to be there. And then, of course, it never happened. Why? Well, we heard all kinds of excuses. We don't know what's true or lie anymore. It's the same thing whenever the boy that cries wolf so many times. You tend to not believe him. And that Deuce had scammed a different attorney and represented his client on the case to cover his tracks. Now, he does have a history of working behind the scenes with attorneys. Not if I'm not mistaken, isn't he in a lawsuit right now over that? Because he didn't fulfill his obligations, didn't get enough money, and then he bitched and moaned about it and sued his former co-counsel whenever he didn't do any of his work that he was supposed to be doing. And that guy's countersuing Deuce for sort of mucking that one up too. Yeah. So, I mean, this is sort of the same kind of crap that he does. And the beauty is this attorney that he's probably hired. Wait until he sees what happens with him. I wonder if that attorney's going to have a whole lot of love for Deuce after this is all said and done. This Forman complains your matter is going to be referred to the district judge in Gainesville. It's going to be referred to the Connecticut message. Well, he said if this happens, your matter is going to be referred to the district judge in Gainesville. It's going to be referred to the Connecticut and Massachusetts Bar Associations, as well as the Federal Bar Association, the Northern District of Florida. Then all your other potential applications in federal court are going to be tainted because in order to get admitted, you must have a certificate of good standing, and you're going to lose that privilege. That's if he gets sanctioned. See, he's leaving out the rest of the story. He's leaving out the rest of the sentence because he says this is the chain of events that could happen if you fuck up. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, because federal courts don't like to play around with people in federal courts, wasting judicial resources, being a pain in their ass. Well, then, of course, Foreman released another video attacking Ducey on April 17, 2025. And again, the lies and malice escalated. Lies and malice. Well, let's see. Is there really lies and malice there? Malice? Is it really lies and malice if it's true? I'm curious. Well, why don't we just find out? Why don't we just find out if it is lies and malice? We will pull this thing up and we will see exactly what it is. Oh boy. Here it is. All right.
Oh my God. Where does the stupidity end? And now you're looking at disbarment in Florida on this case. Is he taking a page out of the Blake Lively playbook? Sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit. I am praying that you're going to be on your best behavior and you're going to change your tune after that day. Here comes the best part.
Oh, yeah.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to Buckle Up, It's the Law. Today, folks, we are going to talk about a topic that is definitely on everyone's mind as we are gearing closer and closer to a date that is going to live in infamy. In infamy for probably generations to come. And what am I talking about? I am talking about Jeremy Hales. For those of you who don't know Jeremy is a good friend from Levy County, Florida, who has been dealing with a, how should we call her? A pest? That's probably the best way to describe her. That would just not leave him alone. Lynette, Michelle, Alexis, Jennifer, whatever, Preston. So Jeremy has started coming after her, and she buckled up, apparently, and hired counsel. One of those lawyers is officially attorney of record in the Florida court case, in the federal case in Florida. He has entered a pro hac vici motion many moons ago. Pro hac vici is a fancy word for, I don't have a license to practice here. Do you all mind if I pay a fee and you allow me to practice law in your jurisdiction just on this one case? Happens all the time.
Yeah. He's telling you what would be a pro hac vice of a Florida lawyer, like to practice in that state. It's shorthand instead of trying to explain and say that you've got a Massachusetts or Connecticut attorney that's practicing law in the state of Florida, pro hac vice. It's just easier to say Florida lawyer.
We have seen it with Alan Jackson in the Karen Reed case, as well as Robert Alessi in the Karen Reed case. Yep. We have also seen it with Camille Vasquez and Benjamin Chu in the Johnny Depp case. Both of those cases and two of those lawyers in each case at the very least, and there's many more names just in those cases alone, and many other cases where lawyers enter their appearances to appear on behalf of clients in jurisdictions where they don't practice under the protection of a local attorney. Well, for one lawyer who we just name BBB because we do not want to give him any recognition or credibility because he deserves none of those things, he tried to write our coattails. If you remember, he originally came to me to try and get me to make a video about a certain dish conspiracy theory he had going on because he did not want to answer to the Bar Association in Connecticut, which sanctioned him for something completely minor and ridiculous that we've covered.
Oh yeah. They did. And this is he's not joking whenever he says this.
On this channel before. Now he's in trouble with the federales in Pensacola. So let's dive into it, shall we? Earlier this month, Attorney Randy Docket, on behalf of Jeremy Hales, the plaintiff, in the lawsuit of Jeremy Hales versus Lynette and John in the Northern District of Florida in the Gainesville Division, filed a motion for sanctions, including judicial default. Randy has cited multiple heinous ways in which has been calling him names, insulting both him and his client Jeremy in official email communications between lawyers, an arena that has to remain professional. This is all we have, folks. This is all we have as lawyers, and I'm speaking as one. This is all we have is professionalism, the rules of ethics and decorum. If you are going to violate the rules of ethics and decorum, what are you left with? It's just going to be complete chaos. Now, I can understand the occasional maybe jab or backhanded compliment or something like that, but went so far as to call Randy a scumbag.
Ah, yes. That's exactly what he did. That was in an email that he sent to Randy, calling him a scumbag, calling Randy's client an idiot, ignoramus, all kinds of things as an attorney in an email.
And we have evidence of it.
Yes.
He wrote it in his own emails. And he called Jeremy Hales his imbecile client. That is, if that is not the hallmark of someone who is losing their case, I don't know what is. It's embarrassing. Is an absolute disgrace to the profession of law. In my humble opinion, he should not have any business whatsoever. I'm not going to go so far as to strip the man of a bar license, but maybe he should. But I will say this.
No.
He should definitely not have any clients.
So you saw exactly what he was talking about, what we just read, and now you see exactly what it looks like. 8 months before, since the night we broke Shizzy, yes, East Texas Cowboy, and that song I think has been wiped from my memory. We've replaced it with something much, much better for you, East Texas Cowboy, and also for maybe not, because you just love it.
Welcome to the shit show.
Oh yes,
Every single day.
yes, yes.
A new flavor of fuckery. Cause everybody's such, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of clots. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, vulgar, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. We're going all over again.
Ah, yes, another one right there. I mean, I'm filling this thing up with feet. I'm almost out of feet. Somebody sent these to me. They said, "Hey, you like these? We'll send them to you." Ambulance chaser, streaming pile of. It doesn't flow right, does it? It just doesn't flow right.
Because he does not deserve them. He does not know the basic precepts of what it's like to be a professional and an attorney. And I had the misfortune of getting to know him over the past few months, over a year, actually. If I remember correctly, the original contact that he made with me was as early as February 2024, when he tried to get on my show. "Please, Larry, I want to."
That's why he's so upset. That's why he's so upset. I'm suspecting there's a pattern here that he's upset. He's angry. He's a little ticked off. And why would that be? Why would he be so angry? Why would he be so angry? It's interesting to me that is it because is it because he got nobody wanted to pay any attention to him? Is that what happened? Is that what drove him up the wall? Just point and laugh, no words needed. He is below the ambulance chaser. No, just point and laugh. Yeah, maybe that's right. Just point and laugh, no words needed. Yeah, butthurt that someone told him to F off. Yes, that's what it gives the appearance of. Said, I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to deal with you anymore. Go away. Just go. Just go away.
Talk about this stuff. And initially I said, sure, I scheduled a time. I made the grave mistake of saying, okay, he's an attorney. He must have something. This is going to be interesting. He would send me emails, the length of an 8x11 sheet of paper. There's got to be something here, right? I'll take a look at it. I kept telling him, I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at it. Just give me some time. He kept pushing. Well, have you looked at it yet? Have you looked at it yet? Have you looked at it yet?
No, and see, that was the same crap that he was trying with me. It wasn't just Larry. There was multiple people that he reached out. Why aren't you covering this? Why won't you talk about this? Why won't you talk about this? And then he jumped on the bandwagon for Lynette. Really weird, huh?
So finally, I was like to my girlfriend, said, babe, Chandler, can you please take a look at this? I just don't have the time. And she did. She gave me the summary. I reviewed it myself now that I had the time in early 2024. And I realized it's a complete nothing burger.
Yeah.
It's a complete nothing burger. He was trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. And I did not want to waste your time by bringing on someone on my channel that is going to waste both your and my time with nonsensical information that does nobody any good and does not further anyone's agenda other than his own. The only person who would benefit from it would be him and maybe 2 viewers. And that's not content. I want to make content that is beneficial to everybody, such as this video. So name calling, personal attacks, and obstructionist behavior has no place in a deposition or any other proceeding in this case, the court said.
See, this is what the judge said right here. This is the order that the judge put out at the end of last year. That said, in order dated 12/9/2024, this court ruled name calling, personal attacks, obstructionist behavior has no place in a deposition or any other proceeding in this case. Experienced lawyers like the ones involved in this case should be able to control themselves and their clients. This was him chastising not only Deuce, but he was also chastising Randy. But they apparently cannot, which is why the court will supervise the partial redeposition. And he said there's only going to be a certain amount of time, and this is what that deposition was about. This is the deposition in front of the judge, Judge Bolitho. Everybody in this case is now on notice. If this type of behavior continues, then there will be sanctions. Those sanctions will not be light. They may include stiff monetary policies, dismissal of the action, and disciplinary proceedings against the attorneys. See, these are the things that the judge said. He wasn't playing around. He said, listen, I'm done with this. Affirming disciplinary proceedings against counsel for, among other things, demeaning remarks about opposing counsel's physical traits and demeanor, and recognizing that the federal court has the power to control admission to its bar and to discipline attorneys.
In Randy's motion, he's citing the court. Everybody in this case is now on notice. If this type of behavior continues, there will be sanctions, and those sanctions will not be light. They may include stiff monetary penalties, dismissal of this action, if Jeremy is the one doing it, and disciplinary proceedings against the attorneys. And the court cited a few cases. A lawyer shall not, this is from the Florida bar rules on misconduct, knowingly or through callous intelligence, disparage, humiliate, or discriminate against litigants, jurors, witnesses, court personnel, or other lawyers. The oath of admission is with respect to the courts of justice and judicial officers, whether you're admitted as a Florida attorney or on a pro hac vici status, which...
And notice what he says here, whether you're a Florida attorney or
judicial officers, whether you're admitted as a Florida attorney or on a pro hac vici status, which is BBB's status.
Oh, points out right there that he's not a Florida attorney.
A lawyer always should interact with parties like Jeremy, counsel, like Randy, witnesses, jurors, prospective jurors, court personnel, judges with courtesy and civility, and should avoid undignified or discourteous conduct that is degrading to the court or the proceedings.
And I would say that Deuce has already done that a few times. He's done that quite a few times. Discouraged not only against Randy by filing a bar complaint, frivolous bar complaint, from everything that I can see, and then also calling the judge an idiot. Yeah.
That was originally entered in December 9th, 2024 to be exact. Since then, I guess has forgotten. BBB has forgotten. Randy, you scumbag. Title of an email, or that's how the email begins. February 28th. Before you stupidly and insultingly respond, or let your imbecile of a client respond using your email, that's language in one of the emails, you are endlessly ridiculous. 2 days prior, in January, your conduct is always intended to create issues for motions to generate YouTube content. That's all. He has such umbrage. And now we have evidence. For those of you who have been following Megan and Tug, God love you guys. You have been doing such an excellent job keeping up with this case, since it is impossible for one YouTuber to do it all. And I've been so focused on other things, as those of you who are regular followers of my channel know. It's crazy. One of the emails that they found, or not emails, excuse me, they were text messages on Facebook, DMs, whatever you want to call them, between Shara, who is now on our side, reaching out to Shara, literally saying the words, we need to find a way to destroy him. Talking about Jeremy. We need.
Yes, that is exactly what he said. So whenever Deuce wants to bring all this information into the court, this is exactly the kind of things that he has been saying.
To find a way to eliminate him legally. They're not talking about the M word, I hope. Doesn't seem like it. But what they're definitely talking about is by trying to destroy him financially. And you know, that's impossible, because his empire has been built on people who love him and trust him. And to try and argue that now they're going to distrust and dislike everything they've come to love over the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years, that Jeremy has been building his channel and reaching upwards of 750,000 subscribers. Really? You're gonna just take them down single-handedly? You really think that highly of yourself? Not only that, but you also join forces with disbarred lawyers who are convicted felons. Why? Is it because birds of a feather? I don't know. I can't help but wonder. We all can't help but wonder. More scumbag stuff. Palamop, which I still don't even understand what that means, nor do I care to find out. Adopting the eggplant emoji. Did you sleep through law school when they taught about communications made for express legal purposes of the Supremacy Clause? How is your client remunerating Megan Fox, Tug, the DUI guy, and the rest of the YouTube echo chamber? Is it money, traffic, clicks, a combination of something else? How about if it's something that people want to hear about?
Amazing. I guess this never occurred to him. This is, and you can see Larry's just like, do you not understand how YouTube works? Apparently they don't understand how YouTube works, because the reason why you guys come here is because you're interested in hearing what I'm saying. Whether you like it, whether you dislike it, doesn't matter. You came here to see what I was talking about. My point of view, the world according to an idiot. I mean, come on. Larry is a goat. Exactly. I mean, Larry understands. He's just like, because he's been on this stuff. Is like, how is your client enumerating Megan, Tug, and Fox and the rest of his YouTube echo chamber? Nobody's echoing what Jeremy's saying. That's the problem. It's the reason why it sounds like an echo chamber is because everybody's seeing the same damn ridiculous shit. You know that the fleas aren't seeing anything, because for Christ's sakes, they can't even read a court document without someone highlighting every damn other freaking word, because they have no idea what they're talking about. it's not their fault. That they can do it however they want to. But if you're interested in hearing what's going on with it, then you tune in to Megan, you tune in to Tug, you tune into Fox, you tune in to J Hip to find out what's going on whenever somebody's hacking up a lung. You're there to be entertained, and that's what he doesn't understand is that dudes must just not be an entertainer. Whatever, don't know.
That's the topics that we cover. Has that thought ever entered your mind?
No.
That by virtue of you doing all of this, you are actually fueling the fire rather than extinguishing it, you Oh my God! Where does the stupidity end? And now you're looking at disbarment in Florida on this case. Your pro hack Vici is at risk of being revoked because of your continuous stupidity and abhorrent behavior. April 3rd, BBB. April 3rd is your date. Chandler and I are going to be there. Jeremy is going to be there. Randy is going to be there. And by God, I am praying that Megan Fox is going to be able to have a video camera in that courtroom. And I'm also praying for another thing. I am praying that you're going to be on your best behavior and you're going to change your tune after that day. You can only act out. If anyone is acting out for YouTube clicks, honestly, that is you doing all of this and going on Lisa Weeks and Motown Mo, whatever his name is, channels. You are the one creating cannon fodder. We have other things to do. We're only covering this because of you. Here's my piece of advice to you. It's never too late. Change your tune. Forget who you are as a person. I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. Listen to my words. Look into my eyes. Do you see me? I'm speaking to you as a human being, as a fellow human on this planet. I'm not your friend. I'm not your enemy. I don't know you from Adam, and I don't care about you. But the one thing that I care about are my friends. What are you gaining by doing all of this? Nothing. You're not gaining anything at all. All you're doing is creating more problems for yourself. You've had a license to practice law for 28 years. What do you have to show for it? Now is your chance to turn a new leaf. Change as a person. Change. Even if it means that you have to change your core values. Look at Shara. She changed sides. I mean, so did Ray Bone Crusher. So it's not impossible. You can change sides at the flip of a coin. I'm not asking you to join us. I don't know if we can have you at this point, honestly. You have burned so many bridges. But if you at least have the propensity and you show the desire for change, you know what? Maybe we'll start seeing you differently and we won't see you as so much of a clown with a bar number anymore. Be a professional. Why can't you act like a human being? Why do you act like a 7-year-old child? You're a grown man in your 50s, for God's sake. You're 20 years my senior, and I'm talking to you with my dad voice. Dude, really? So don't tell me I'm doing this for clicks.
Dramatic music and the black and white. Oh, Larry, now you see why he gets so many views. I mean, that was perfect. That was so perfect. Good Lord. Now you understand why his channel is growing. Why Deuce and a Half can't even draw people to his own damn channel. If it was if he was doing such a great job, why wouldn't he just be on his own channel doing his own thing? I don't think he can handle the criticism. I think that's what the problem is. He can't handle the criticism. He can't handle self-reflection. That's what it looks like to me. I mean, could be wrong. Maybe he just can't handle that little bit of self-reflection.
And views, because people are going to watch this. You know why? Because they enjoy when we cover this content. That's it. They hate this ugly mug. I already know. I know you hate the sound of my voice and you hate my ugly face, and I'm okay with it. I love you guys anyway. But self-deprecating humor never hurt anybody, for the record. But anyway, learn that. Grow thicker skin. Stop being so thin-skinned. I remember one time I made like one comment on Facebook, and you wrote an essay responding to me, and then one person responded, and then another essay, and then one person, and then another essay. I don't think you will ever change. I don't think you ever will. But I can only try. Hey, if you don't try, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. So after all of this, calling his opposing counsel clownsel, dear clownsel, wherefore Jeremy hereby requests this court issue sanctions against praying that these sanctions will not be light and that they include revocation of his pro hac vici status. Basically, disbarment on this case, in a nutshell. Monetary penalties for having to draft all these motions against him. Judicial default by basically issuing a judgment in favor of Jeremy. Dismissal of the counterclaims. And disciplinary proceedings. You know, judges have power to lock you up, for those of you who didn't know. So the judge issued an order the next day that this motion was filed. The judge didn't even wait. He was like, hold on, time out. Okay, we're done here.
That's true, Larry.
As
We
David
love you.
Benetti would say. Order to show cause. Plaintiff has filed a motion for sanctions. The motion alleges defendant's counsel has engaged in unprofessional conduct. The court has ordered defendant's counsel to respond to the motion by March 20th. As part of that response, defendant's counsel should show cause as to why the court should not revoke the privilege of pro hac vici status that has been granted to him in this case. Permission to appear pro hac vici is a privilege, the granting of which is within the sound discretion of the presiding judge, me in this case, which can be revoked if counsel continued to violate the rules of professional conduct. A hearing on this matter will be held on Thursday, April 3rd at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, in Courtroom 3, South U.S. North Courthouse, 1 North Halifax Street, Pensacola, Florida. There is no need for the individual parties to attend the hearing, but, and here comes the best part, counsel, Randy and for the parties are required to attend. Any request to appear remotely via Zoom will be denied. Any request to hold a hearing at a location other than Pensacola will also be denied. So ordered, the 14th day of March 2025. Oh, and just for the record, this is what the judge had to say. The court has previously indicated that it would consider holding a pretrial hearing in Gainesville. That remains true as a general matter, but the court will not hold this particular hearing in Gainesville. There is no need for the individual parties to attend because the hearing will focus solely on the conduct of counsel. Thus, there is no inconvenience to the individual parties by holding the hearing in Pensacola. Also, and this is my favorite part of the entire thing, per Expedia, there is no significant difference in the flight options or costs for Boston to Pensacola and Boston to Gainesville. I checked, says the judge. Wow. Signed Zachary Bolitho, United States Magistrate Judge. Wow, folks. Unbelievable. And as of the recording of this video, which is being recorded on March the 25th, 2025, we have a response to the motion for sanctions. First, arguing that the email was sent as a litigant, not as counsel, and not in this case. So it's okay. You're endlessly ridiculous, admits guilt. I am guilty of this, Your Honor. The third one, oh no, this email is 100% confidential and attorney eyes only. Is he taking a page out of the Blake Lively playbook? What on earth? The next one, we disagree. Your offer is also rejected. In response, I wrote, pull him up. I still want to know what that means. Chad, help me out here. And the emoji, the eggplant emoji, just an email from a journalist. I did not adopt it. In conclusion, when the court looks at the contrived bases for the motion, that it was filed without the required certification to influence the court to act before the undersigned responded, and none of the emails on which it is based provide any legitimate basis for imposing sanctions, it should summarily deny this motion. Sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit. Oh, I think I found it. Pull 'em up stands for protraction of litigation and multiplication of proceedings. Here's the pot calling the kettle black. Oh my God. All right, folks, I can't go on with this. Honestly, I can't wait, and I will see you in court.
So that was the whole video that he was bitching and moaning about. That's the whole bitching and moaning video. That's it. That's all he had to complain about. Nothing more. just think you got to be fucking kidding me. Oh, Larry, you hit it so damn hard. Oh, that's so funny. Then he released another video attacking Deuce on the 17th. And again, the malice escalated. Forman named the video Scam Attorney Exposed Fleeing USA. That was the one that we watched earlier. Forman opens by claiming Deuce really picks its targets well. He knows who he can scam. That's not what he said. Forman couples this claim with an allegation that Deuce has fled. Yes, he has. He has fled before. We covered this the other night. He's fled before. He fled to Armenia. He wrote a document, a long little blurb, because he felt that he was under the thumb. When is it going to stop torturing me? The court is torturing me. When does it, number 2, bitch and moan? Yeah. Deuce had fled or would immediately flee to a country to evade justice, and he would now reside in his wife's home country, Armenia, stating Deuce, anytime things start going south, he escapes. Why? Because that's what cowards do. His flight to Armenia, the supposed subject of this video, never happened. Deucey never left the country. Every single assertion in this video is fabrication. Actually, that would be incorrect. You have left the country. Well, not the subject of that third video. I mean, why don't you show the receipts of being here? Why don't you just turn in your passport? Let everybody see. It's pretty easy. We can just, give us your passport number. We can look it up. We can see exactly, if you left the country. So you never left the country. That's what he's saying. Forman alleges that this criminal absconding to Armenia signals the end of Deuce's supposed long career as a common. What the hell do we even call him anymore? BBB, whatever you want to call him. He's packing his bags. He's done so. He's gone. He's going back to whence he came before, because he used to live in Connecticut. Then he tried to scam a bunch of people there. Probably. I don't know. I don't have any evidence of that. I'm just assuming, because that's just who he is and that's what he does. Yeah, probably. I don't know. That's what he says. Probably. I don't know. Have no evidence of that. I'm just assuming. He scammed a lot of people. I think he's having trouble making ends meet because people don't like to be scammed. And when he's exposed, he has to relocate. This is a very common tactic for scammers and con artists. Believe me, I have firsthand experience with those myself, but we won't talk about that. Really? He wanted to check in to say hello and to say thank you, Shizzy. Thank you very much, Lorraine. You have a wonderful day. It's good to see you, Miss Capozzi. And then you have Lorraine Capozzi. Thanks for stopping in. Yes, we're going daylight savings this coming weekend, so times are going to get all messed up. Minus 1 hour. Well, that's okay. I'm so used to not having it work like it's supposed to. It's one of those craziest things. Let's see. Well, this was from April 1st, which would have been, I just want to pull up because something doesn't Scam Attorney Exposed. Let me see. Oh, okay. We'll pull this up here because, well, I think that's wrong. And I'm looking here. Let's do a quick search for it. Control F, and we'll put in scammed. Scammed. Let's see here. Speaker 1, hello everybody. Scam. So he scammed a lot of people. I just assumed that when he's exposed, he has to relocate. We won't talk about that. Oh, so that's the only thing that they ever talk about. That's the only time that he says anything about scamming. It says, I'm assuming because that's just who he is and that's what he does. He scammed Scott Stark. He scammed Lynette. He scammed John. He scammed David Helm. He scammed a lot of people. And I think he's having trouble making ends meet because people don't like to be scammed. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Selective memory, failure, truth, no doubt. You mean times are going back to what they should be? Are you in the Southern Hemisphere? So that's where he's talking about. He doesn't even include the rest of it. And when he's exposed, he has to relocate. This is very common. Following the renewed false allegation for criminal and fraudulent activity, Forman adds, Deuce, anytime things start going south, he escapes. Why? Because that's what cowards do. Yeah, that's what cowards do. They tend to relocate. They go practice in other states. They go and harass people in Kentucky. That's what they do. Colleen, thank you so much for the computer fund, not for the corn husks. No, we stay away from the corn husks. Thank you very much, Colleen. It should be here. It should be here next month. Next month it'll be here. So I've got a couple of weekends to go. Then I can get back into doing some more of the video editing. My computer bogs down like crazy. Thank you so much, Colleen. I appreciate you. That's awesome. You have a good night, Elka. You have a wonderful evening. We'll see you soon. I'll remember the corn night. Yeah, the corn night was crazy. And then he digs up an old article written by Deuce relating to the stresses of practicing law from across the country. See, he's clipping out only what he wants to show because the article was written by Deuce while he was in Armenia. He just made it up. He's nothing here. He was lying to people. He was scamming people. He was stealing from people, probably. I have no proof, but it's just if he does it now, he did it back then. People don't like change like that. Although Deuce received none of the sanctioned forman's lists here, of course, because you didn't show up like you were supposed to. Basically, you were waiting on to try to figure out what Deuce is going to do. I'm convinced with the sanctions coming from the federal court, with the sanctions coming from Connecticut bar, with the sanctions he's going to incur, the Massachusetts bar, with the sanctions he's going to incur from the district judge in Gainesville, with the sanctions he's going to get against him financially, with the sanctions he's going to get against him, that he's going to have contempt of court charges. See, you left the rest of the context out of the whole thing. So why don't we just do a really quick look in this other document? We'll just, instead of scammed, we'll look up sanctions. All right. There we go. All right. So we got sanctions, and let's see what it says. It says, so last we checked on him, he didn't show up to April 3rd. The judge issued a show cause. Judge declined that. Judge Deuce replied to that show cause, but I'm still keeping you up as counsel because I'm staying in the case for 30 days so they can find a new attorney. Deuce replied saying that in that show cause order that he's going to computer funds. Yes, Aussie Wombat computer funds. Thank you so much. The computer funds. My graphics card is old. Whenever I say old, it is so old that whenever I do anything that requires heavy processing, video related, it starts screaming at me, and I think it's dying. My dog didn't die. Oh, my mom didn't die. My mom didn't die. But no, it's been giving me a hard time. Thank you so much. And so I'm having to upgrade. It's been a long time. Trust me, it's been a long time since I've upgraded. And I'll probably, if you don't do heavy computer processing stuff, then it's fine. But I do a lot of graphic stuff too, so it tends to yell at me. And especially if I do any sort of game, it's just like, whoa. And my plan is to whenever Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, I'm probably going to dedicate one night a week to playing the game and stream it. It might be longer streams, but I'm going to have some fun with that game. Just telling you. I'm still working on this motion for sanctions. It says, or unless they're going to represent themselves pro se, and wait, that's him saying that. Deuce replied to that show cause order, said, I'm allowing you to withdraw, but I'm still, no, that was, what? After he replied, the judge said, I'm allowing you to withdraw, but I'm still keeping you on as counsel because I'm staying in the case for 30 days so they can find a new lawyer. Okay. Graphic card died. Well, almost died. It just outdated. Well, it is out. Well, one, it's outdated and it feels like it's dying. Like if I fired up like a video game right now, that thing would start screaming. It's so loud. This dude is about to rip Deuce in half. I'm still working on the motion for sanctions. What? I'm still working on the motion for sanctions. This dude is about to rip Deuce in half. First of all, folks, I'm not exaggerating whatever I'm saying it. So there's that one. So he's got the judge coming down on him. He's got sanctions that Stark is going to throw him under the bus at the hearing. Okay. There's the other time he says sanctions. We're looking for sanctions against Stark, i.e. Deuce. So I have absolutely no idea what Stark is thinking. All right. And then he says sanctions coming from Bolitho, with the sanctions coming from the Connecticut bar, with the sanctions he's going to incur with, let's see. But anyway, basically we're waiting on him to try to figure out what Deuce is going to do. And I'm convinced with the sanctions coming from Bolitho, this is all opinion. Now saying my lawyer died. It's with the sanctions coming from the Connecticut bar, the sanction, and that's all opinion. See, he cut out the rest of it. All he did is said sanctions coming from, he doesn't even say that, with the sanctions coming from the Connecticut bar. You see, he left all this stuff out. He's going to get against him. He's going to have contempt of court charges. And this is all opinion. There's nothing there, dummy. See what he cut out right here? Basically, we're waiting on trying to figure out what Deuce is going to do. And I'm convinced with sanctions coming from the federal court, with sanctions coming from the Connecticut bar, he's going to incur from the blah, blah, blah. With the sanctions he's going to get against his pro hoc VJ status in federal bar, which is going to affect his ability to practice in any federal bar across the nation. But there's only one option. He cannot flee to another state like he did before. Because, see, he went from Connecticut to Armenia to Massachusetts, started a new life, started scamming more people. Probably, again, I have no proof. It just smells like it. And that after that, he is now like completely tarnished his reputation. This was his last hurrah, 58, 59, however old he is. He's approaching 60, so he's getting close to retirement. He doesn't have all that much to lose. Just go to Armenia, go to Georgia, go to wherever. That's like what he's going to do. He's going to go retire. He's going to go retire, and he's going to go have an outstanding award. Well, let's see what the rest of it is that he actually said, because it was more than that. Let's pull up Armenia here. Armenia, I think that's right. Armenia. There we go. Because he went from Connecticut, Massachusetts, just to go. He's fleeing. Let's see. Oh, he's missing a whole bunch of context here. So what I said was, with that said, I'm looking forward to how the trespass case 5 is going to unfold. The David Helm et al. Case is going to unfold. The Deuce sanctions, the coming from all directions, are going to unfold. And his fleeing to Armenia, and of course, Scott Stark in his attempts to sabotage court hearings and continue them. And Judge Davis has had enough of it and said, no, we're done here. Like David Yannetti, we're done here, to Matthew McCabe. Oh, God, I can't wait for that trial number 2. Oh, yeah, so that's all he's talking about right there. Where's the rest of it? Okay, let's look up retire. Maybe it's under retire, because go to Georgia, go to wherever, what he's going to do. I don't know. This is really weird. So let's see. Georgia. Georgia. Okay, only one time is Georgia mentioned. Let's go there. All right, he's 59, 60 years old. Yeah, live starts scam more people. Probably, again, have no proof. Like, he completely tarnished his reputation. $2 super ticket. Thank you, Lady Jen. I appreciate you. That is so kind of you. And a little bit later on, I'll play you a nice song. I hope you guys will enjoy it. It's off of my. I've had 2 new albums put out like a month apart. And the other one, Kicking Puppies, isn't getting a whole lot of attention. Man, that's scary. Go to Georgia, go wherever. That's where he's going to do. He's going to go retire. He's going to retire. He's going to be like, I'm going to go have, like, he's going to have an outstanding warrant. This is, let me predict the future. So that's all he's saying is, let me predict the future. Oh, they left that out there. Let me predict the future. He's making a wild guess. That's it. Forman doubles down on these false claims. There's going to be a suspension or disbarment of his license in Connecticut, where he's going to lead in proceedings. He will lose all ability. Look what he says. He says, "Let me make a prediction here that he's going to have outstanding." Jesus, does he not understand? He will either be suspended, blah blah blah. He did okay. Try and do his scams from there. He did say, I understand. He did say that he's going to be counsel for Lynette and John just from the distance. So does he mention that in right there? Oh, it'll either be suspended for a time indefinitely until he answers the criminal charges, or in the future, I would say future criminal charges that will come from Florida because of his continuous failures to appear because he's a coward. And that's what cowards do. They write shit like this. I mean, they run when things get hot and heavy. He's going to go to Europe and he's going to try to continue to do his scams from there. But he's also said, if he wasn't paying any attention, he said maybe he'll take up gardening and like gain some skill or something. None of that happened. All of this is made up. No, all of it was speculation. If he continued down the path that he was heading, that's what it looked like it would be. Well, false claims that matters to put false line in the above 3 videos include: 1, the false allegation that Deuce faced disbarment. This association with the man who's been convicted of felonies was due to Deuce's predilection for illegal activity. No, that's not what he said. He says you are associating with a known criminal. You know that Paint Chip is a fucking criminal. You know that guy's done time in prison. You know that he's a disbarred attorney. Just like you knew that Lips was a permanently retired attorney that can't practice in the state of Florida anymore unless she gets approved by the Florida State Bar, which most likely won't happen. They've already said this. Megan has shown that proof multiple times. By the way, Deuce, did you ever send that money over to Megan? How about Tug? How about Jeremy? They gave you all the proof of the things that they said was true and showed you proof of it, but you never paid up, did you? You have my word as an attorney. Yeah, your word is shit as an attorney. The mask has been or imminently about to be arrested by a federal court judge. Yeah, if you skip out on shit, then you could be arrested by a federal court judge. The Deuce had lied to a federal court. Well, I mean, the Deuce was facing potential penalties for lying to a federal court. Okay, yeah, if you lie to a federal court, you could have potential penalties. The Deuce was involved in a scam of some form. Well, wait a minute. Weren't you part of those live streams where they were raising money? How much money got raised for Lynette's legal care? I wonder how that bankruptcy court's going to look at it. I really do. I'm curious how Lynette's bankruptcy court's going to look at all that. Well, Forman admits the lack of knowledge as the veracity of his claims. Yeah, because he's speculating. Jeez. So you're repeating yourself over and over again, calling Maskin shady, claims he perpetuates scams, insulting Deuce's relationship with his wife. No, he never mentioned your wife and kids. See, you have to understand that Deuce is the one that brought up his wife and kids. Deuce is the one that used him as a shield, and now he wants to use him as a bludgeon. The guy has no respect for children and women and children. Save the women and children. Claiming that Deuce has or will have outstanding warrant for his arrest. This malice, there's no malice, stems from Forman's belief that Deuce was behind a lawsuit filed against Forman, filed by one of Deuce's clients. Well, if it smells like a duck, walks like a duck, talks like a duck, and shits out an egg, well, what do you expect people to believe? As a result of Forman's behavior, Deuce's wife has been stalked by Forman's lackeys and had to leave her teaching job. No, because Forman has never called on anybody to come after your wife or even talked about your wife. You're the one that brought her up. Again, Deuce, you are the one that brought your wife into this. You are the one that used her as an excuse why you couldn't be there. And the judge said no. At any point in time, all you had to do was show your happy ass up there. Nobody gives two shits about your wife, except whenever you're using your wife to say, I can't show up because my wife is having surgery. And then people went and found out where she was at and proved you wrong and said, no, she's actually still working, which then she left, I guess. I don't know. I hear these things on the peripheral. I can't even confirm that shit is true. That's what I understand. Jesus Christ, what a moron. Nobody cared about your wife. You're the one that seemed to be all concerned about it and brought her into this shit. Both Deuce and his entire family has suffered significant trauma because of Forman. That's on you. You took up this case. You continued with your shenanigans and your bullshit. This is on you. All of the outcome of your fuck ups, and you're wanting to blame Forman for it. You're wanting to blame Jeremy for it. You're wanting to blame everybody except taking responsibility like an adult. Jesus, man. Count one, defamation per se. Defendant's statements in the videos discussed above were both false and injurious. No. Not to the amount that you're asking for. Defendant's false and injurious statements were spoken and recorded on video, except you misquoted and you lied. Said statements were not in any way privileged. Said statements were made at least negligently. Sorry, I thought he was saying negligee. Why in the hell is he being... Man, dude, if you want to wear a negligee, that's up to you. But that's not me. Because these statements amounted to false allegation of law breaking. False allegation of law breaking because they reflect on the plaintiff's competence as an attorney. No, you, sir, you are the one that reflects on your competency as an attorney. We just read the damn documents. We read the shit that you file and laugh our asses off at how fucking wrong you've got it every damn time. Moreover, in the absence of per se liability, plaintiffs suffered demonstrable damages in terms of additional damages, including pain and suffering. Oh, his fifis got hurt with avoiding Forman's followers. Avoiding Forman's followers. Forman's followers don't give two shits about you. See, that's the problem. I don't think Bruce has figured out that nobody cares about him. Nobody cares about his family. They can do whatever the hell they want to do. Nobody's standing in their way. We're reading court documents. We see the stupid shit that you file. And we see the misbehavior, the lies, the craziness, and mock you endlessly for it because it's so laughable. Everything that you're doing is so laughable, and people are just like, we cannot believe that you're okay. You're an attorney, sure. Defendant statements are therefore per quad defamatory as well, with extrinsic facts that can prove money damages. No. Plaintiff is not a public figure. Wrong. You are a public figure. You've been a public figure for quite some time. You've written entire stories. You're the one that reached out to everybody to cover your fucking mac and cheese bullshit that nobody gave two craps about. You're the one that invited me to come cover it from my side. Invite me on. And I said, go fuck yourself. 2 ways to Sunday. I don't know who you are, and I don't trust anybody. Ducey missed court appearances and his residence in various states and nations are not a matter of public concern. Yes, they do. Yeah, they do. That is a matter of public concern. Everything that you do is a matter of public concern because you are a public figure. If you're saying that you were never left the country, then it is a matter of public concern. It's a matter of that court case that you just fucking filed. It's a publicly available document. Jeez, defamation of the standards of New York Times v. Sullivan, blah, blah, blah. Nevertheless, the false statements are made with malice. No, it's all opinion because nobody gives a shit about you. Malice would mean somebody would actually have to care about you, Bruce, and nobody does. Defendants knew the statements they made were false. No, they were. It's just like, I can sit here and make wild guesses about how much money that the fleas have raised. I've never seen the receipts. Show me your fucking bank account. Show me where the money's gone in and out. And then I might believe that you only raised a small amount of money and that it went to where it was supposed to go. But yeah, see, I don't see them doing that. Then just open. All you got to do is show us your bank account. Hell, just give me the bank account number. I can do a search on it. I can't access it because I would have to have passwords and all the other kind of shit, which I don't give two shits about. But hell, let me see the bank account numbers. No, let me see Bruce's bank account numbers. See where the money's coming and going. I guess that would be just too much to ask. I mean, I'm not going to get any money out of it. Doesn't hurt me one way or the other, but I guarantee you they don't want that shit shown. Well, the verbal attacks coupled with vitriol, with hyperbole being meant to insult and demean. No. You are in control of your own destiny. If you feel insulted, that's on you. I can't control your feelings. And to the extent opinions reflected in the videos, there are mixed opinions that refer to facts alleged to have been known by defendants but not disclosed to the audience, such as fleeing the state and country is. Did you flee the state? Did you flee the country? Because I think you're having a hard time deciding here. Believe me, I have firsthand experience with those myself. Blah blah blah. Plaintiff's claim for defamation therefore passes heightened defamation standards. Heightened defamation standards? Well, what would be the statute on that? Maybe you want to cite something in there because that's just bullshit. Because the defamatory statements were made with malice, defendants are liable for punitive damages. No. False light. All defendants. Oh, defendants published the above discussed videos about the plaintiff. No, they were talking about the case. You just happen to be the attorney in the case and you can't handle scrutiny. These videos created a false or misleading impression about a shitty attorney. Namely, that he is or was a scam artist facing disbarment and arrest. Well, he is facing, well, now that already happened. His pro hoc vitae status is gone, but I mean, if you continue to show contempt of court, I mean, you could face arrest. Who regularly evades justice? No, you just evade accountability. That's the problem there. You don't want to be accountable for the shit that you do wrong. Due to his cowardice, yeah, I would say, yeah. It could be that lack of testicular fortitude. It might be getting in your way. That false impression is highly offensive. You can be offended all you want to be, or embarrassing to a reasonable person. No, a reasonable person wouldn't act unreasonable. Whenever you act unreasonable, then you can't be considered a reasonable person, especially a practicing lawyer with a family. Nobody gives two shits about your family. You're the one that keeps bringing them up and nobody cares. Defendants publish these videos with malice and knowing of their falsity or with reckless disregard for whether they were false. Defendants admit they do not know the veracity of their claims because it is opinion. It is looking at a situation and seeing you fuck up and going, that's not right. Maybe change your behavior just so people don't notice that you're fucking up. I don't know. Count 3, outrage. Outrage. All defendants. All defendants? Count 3, outrage. All defendants. I'm confused here. Count 3, outrage. All defendants. You're the plaintiff in this. And defendants. All defendants. I guess he's talking about his company also. That's the only thing that I can figure, because from what I understand, there's just just one person in here. It says right here, Larry Forman and Larry Forman PLCC. So this is where he's trying to bring his law firm into it. Defendant's conduct was extreme or outrageous and intolerable. No, it wasn't extreme and outrageous or intolerable. Defendant's conduct violated generally accepted standards of decency and morality. Well, I don't see that happening either. Sorry. Defendant's conduct was more than bad manners and caused severe emotional distress. More than bad manners. No, he just called you out in your crazy shit. Wherefore, plaintiff phrases follow, oh, please give me money, the judgment and amount of defense, which will fairly reasonably compensate him for injuries caused by defendants, for punitive damages, for his cost herein expended, including reasonable attorney's fees for interest as permitted by law on all sums awarded to plaintiff, a trial by jury, leave to amend this complaint as necessary because, well, it sucked in the first place, any and all other relief which the plaintiff may appear entitled. Well, you always do tend to feel really entitled. And, Deuce signs off on it, says that he signed off on it in the county of Middlesex is, I guess, the county of Massachusetts he's living in now, or I thought it was Connecticut. I don't know. I fucking lost track because I really don't care. So, who gives two shites? You're all but hurt because Larry actually is a successful attorney and been pretty damn successful on the YouTubes. And you're still chasing mac and cheese conspiracies. Still chasing the mac and cheese conspiracies. Man, that's got to be disappointing. That really has to be so disappointing. That you're chasing, you're trying to get some clout, and you just can't seem to get over that hump, can you? It's just not happening. Not able to get over the hump. Oh, that is holy shite. Oh, that's cool. I just found, that's insane. Everybody, I hope you have a wonderful night. Be nice to each other. Don't be mean and cruel. God, don't just realize that this is all YouTube. It's all satire. It's all comedy. These people get upset over the craziest stuff. Don't let them don't let them upset you, and don't get upset over it. It's nothing but, for them, it is an absolute game, and they just give the appearance that they're gaming you. I don't know what else to say except for, have some fun.
Me clear my throat.
But Lynette admitted to making one, but not all of them.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
It opened up my eyes. So I walked the line.
Just saying.
Never gonna give you up.
Just saying.
Fascinating. I saw the sign.
Oh my God! Fascinating.
One more time.
This is, in fact, a PR team.
The PR team. We got the clips.
Just saying.
And the emphysema dream.
In my throat, it's like a tickle, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Let me clear my throat again.
Absolute idiot.
Everybody, have a good night. Go see MG. Show him some love. I will see you guys tomorrow. tomorrow night, I'm sure.
Oh, you thought I was done, bless your heart, but I'm still living rent-free, it's a work of art. Call me daddy, call me nut, call me the goat. You're paddling upstream while I'm running this boat. You say, I don't care, yet you're glued to the screen, caught up in my glow while you stay unseen. Your shade's like a breeze, it's barely a draft. Meanwhile, I'm the Picasso of roasting your ass. You say you're over me, oh how cute, but here I am, still the star of your loop. You're my biggest fans, don't even deny, so grab some popcorn when daddy goes live. Call me daddy, yeah, shout it loud. King of your thoughts, I'm making you proud. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, headline act. Your background noise, and that's just a fact. Let's face the score. You hate that you love me, but you keep wanting more. You're like a dog chasing cars, you don't know why. But here you are, barking while I touch the sky. Your comments are gold, such comedy gold. Who hurt you? Oh wait, it's me, I'm told. You're keeping tabs like an unpaid intern while I'm cashing checks. When will you learn? Your timeline's a shrine to every move I make. I'd say thanks, but you're a nasty skank. Oh, Shizzy's washed up. Yeah, sure, Jan, yet here I am, the centerpiece of your plan. You hate watch my stream like it's Oscar night, but guess what, kiddos? I'm still shining bright. Call me daddy. Send in your bread, I'm still rent-free in your effing head. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy on your brain. I'm your mental landlord, you can't complain. Let's keep it real. You hate that I'm winning, but you love how it feels. Oh, I'm sorry, did I break your streak? You tried to ignore me for like half a week, but daddy's too spicy, you can't look away. I'm the train wreck you need every single day. So while you're out there with your plastic clout, I'm here sipping coffee watching you freak out. You're irrelevant, wow, what a take. Now go rewatch my vids while I count how much I make. I count how much I make. Call me daddy, yeah, own it now. I'm reading your brain and you don't know how. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, let's set the bar. I'm the constellation, you're a burned out star. Embrace your role, cause I'm the main character. You're just an old ragged ass, burned out troll. So that's your bedtime story, kids tucked in sweet and snug. Shizzy Daddy's forever, you lose and you're stuck in the mud. Now say goodnight to Papa Nut, your mental pain. Oh wait, you will see me tomorrow's agenda, will see me tomorrow. Same obsession, same effing thing.